Hello, everyone. It is April Taylor here, coming to you with a reaction live video here discussing the latest NBA news. So obviously, if you are following any NBA news, if you are following what is going on, we see that Kevin Durant has now requested a trade from the Nets. So I'm sitting here and I'm watching this news and I'm saying to myself, what? So I had to give my reaction, had to talk about what's going on here. So how do I feel about KD? Actually, I'm starting to lose even more respect than I had for KD. Now, look, I know KD is an all-time great player, so we're not going to take anything away from the level of skill, the level of talent that KD possess. Yes, come on in. Hello, everybody. Yes, feel free to join. It's me, April Taylor. Join me on Facebook Live. Join me on Twitter. Come on in. I'm talking about the KD news right now. But like I said, so we're not going to take anything away from the skills that KD possess. We know he's an all-time great player. But to request a trade at this point, after we went through all of this with Kyrie Irving, wondering, is he in? Is he out? Yes, lose respect. Yes, Cliff Anderson. I know we're in an age now where players get to decide their own fate, choose to do what they want to do. But KD, you still have 4 years left on your contract. You were a part of the reason why this Nets team was put together. You, Kyrie, y'all wanted to go over here. You wanted to do your own thing. If winning titles is what you're about, why not stay at Golden State? Right? If you want to win titles, if it's about your legacy, if it's about winning rings, why not stay in Golden State where clearly you would have continued to win? But you wanted to do your own thing. You wanted to build your own team. So you go to the Brooklyn Nets. You're here for 4 years, and it's been a disaster while you've been there, and it just hasn't worked in you building your own team. And so now we hear that where do you want to go, KD? To the Phoenix Suns or the Miami Heat? Come on now. Lose respect? How can I not lose respect? You want to go to teams that are already made, like you did with Golden State. You were in OKC, up 3-1. You and Westbrook, that OKC team was clearly good enough to run it back the next year and to be able to win. You jumped ship because it was too hard. You go to Golden State, win a couple of rings. Now you wanted to build your own thing, do your own thing. You go to Brooklyn, and after a couple of years of it being hard, you're ready to jump ship again. And now you're ready to go to Phoenix or Miami, two already made teams. Phoenix is a 65 win team this year, number one team in the West and number one team in the East. Come on, KD. You look like you're not trying to work. You're not trying to build here. And this Nets team, to me, really didn't look like they were going to be that bad. I mean, you had Kyrie finally go ahead and opt in. And if he's the Kyrie that we know he can be, and you're the KD that we know you can be, and you still got some form of Ben Simmons coming back, come on, this Nets team was not going to be that bad. So I'm like, KD, where's your faith in yourself? You need to have more faith. And yeah, I agree, Cliff. Yeah, clearly he's not an alpha. I mean, I think we're seeing this. We're seeing it in Golden State. You know, he didn't have much to worry about. And I say this a lot, and people don't like that I say it about KD. But when you were in Golden State and you won those 2 rings, I know he was the finals MVP for those 2 years, but to me, it just wasn't a hard job. You were able to sit back, let Steph get all the attention, let Draymond be the heart and soul of the team, and you just scored 30 with ease. It was with ease. It was no hard week, no hard work. This Nets team, it took hard work. Yes, to your point, he was supposed to be an alpha. It was your job to galvanize the troops, your jobs to bring everybody together and hold everybody accountable. You weren't able to do it. Now you want to go jump on someone else's team that's already made. Come on, KD. I just expected better than this, and I'm just shocked. So the last time we saw you in a Nets uniform, KD, was getting swept off the court by the Boston Celtics, where you did not play well at all. It just doesn't look good to me. And again, I know I saw a few commentators today. Kendrick Perkins was on congratulating KD. He did his part in Brooklyn. No, you didn't do your part in Brooklyn. Look, this Brooklyn team was still going to be a good team. Again, you had Kyrie go ahead and opt in. You had Ben Simmons maybe Kevin Durant knows something we don't know. Maybe Ben is more hurt than what we think. Maybe Kyrie is really on his way to the Lakers. And I'm going to get ready to talk about that in a minute because I don't think that's going to work either, okay? But yeah, when it came down to KD, wherever you go, if you ultimately win another ring, I'm just losing respect for you, losing respect for your ability to stay somewhere and make it work. And I know people out there saying LeBron did it, LeBron did it. If anybody knows me, you know I'm a big LeBron James fan, but I'm sorry, this is not the same thing. When LeBron went to Miami, when he went back to Cleveland, LeBron went to build these teams and make them better. He was a part of building. Miami was a garbage team when he got there. At that point, D-Wade was there, but they were not good. Cleveland, when he went back, they were not good. And he built these teams to what they became with himself. KD, if you want to be that alpha, you want to be that dog, you need to stay there and be responsible for what you created in the Nets team. This was your team, your organization. Yeah. I totally agree. KD is lacks leadership. I give it to you. He don't have that heart, that tenacity. I think KD just wants to play ball and let someone else do the work. And he put his faith and trust. He was a leader in OKC. No, he was not the leader in OKC. He was the best player in OKC. Let's get this right. KD is the best player most of the time on any team he joins. He was the best player in Golden State. He was the best player in the Nets, and he was the best player in OKC, but he was not the leader. Westbrook was the leader in heart and soul. Everything should have flowed through KD, but he's not boisterous. He doesn't voice his opinion. He doesn't speak up. That's why we're seeing what happened with the Nets now. He never held Kyrie accountable. Didn't really have that much respect for Steve Nash, the coach that you and Kyrie picked. You let Harden comes in there and he like, I don't know what's going on. He jumped ship out. I don't respect Harden too much for what he's been doing. He jumped ship way too fast, if you ask me. Anyway, but yeah, I agree. Yes, KD was not the leader in OKC. He should have been, but he just lacked, again, something about that heart, that aggression, that holding people accountable, being an alpha dog like we're seeing in the comments. And KD is just not that. So with this move, with him saying he's requesting a trade and wanting to go to Phoenix and Miami, really? Jimmy Butler's team, CP3's team, you just want to go play. You don't want to have no hard work. You don't want to work hard at it. You want to go to an already made team. Again, I know people out there, you're saying LeBron, but remember, LeBron, what is the bus driver example that we get? LeBron went and drove the bus to where it needs to go. KD, you just want to get on the bus and take a ride. Come on, man. So I just lost a lot of respect for KD at this point. I'm not in agreement with him wanting to trade, but again, we live in a day and age where players, they control their own destiny and they do what they want to do. So when it comes down to that, I'm a proponent of players controlling their own destiny. But I mean, he signed a contract with 4 years left on this contract. I don't know if he has a no trade clause or not, but I mean, management has to be looking like, wow. CP3 is on his legs. KD and Book ain't mad at that. But you know what? If KD goes to Phoenix, I'm not sure. We have to ask ourselves what Phoenix team is going to be there. Because if I'm Phoenix, I'm not giving, if I'm the Nets rather, I'm not giving you KD Phoenix and I'm not getting a lot. If I'm the Nets, Phoenix, I'm asking for Devin Booker. Absolutely. Because if you're Phoenix, what kind of trade or what kind of package are you trying to put together to get a player the caliber of KD? I don't know if we see it happen. Brooklyn won't accept the trade from Phoenix unless Book. Right. Yeah, I don't see, if I'm the Nets and KD wants a trade, I have to look at what can I get. And at this point in time, I think most people feel KD is gone one way or another. So now if you're the Nets, you're looking like, okay, what is the most that I can get? If you're looking at Miami, I mean, what is Miami going to offer? They have a lot of role players and pieces, but I mean, Jimmy Butler, if I'm the Nets, I don't really want Jimmy Butler. He's not going to take me to the promised land. I don't think Devin Booker would either. But if you pair Devin Booker, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, you may have something. Although Kyrie may not be there as well. We're talking about Kyrie to the Lakers, and he should come to Chicago. I've been seeing some of the news, the flashes of KD in the Chicago jersey. Look, KD. If you get a glimpse of this video, you probably won't. I'm just April Taylor here on my Sports Talk with April Taylor page, so you might not get a glimpse of it. But if you do, let me speak to you right now. Come on over to the Chi-Town, KD. I've lost respect for you, but I would I would put that to the side and I would root for you because I'm a Chicago native, okay? I don't have a lot of respect. Ain't that funny how sports work? I just said I lost respect for him, but if he come to my team, I'm going to gain a little bit. But look, hey, I'm a Chicago native, so look, if KD got ready to come to Chicago, what I'm going to say. Hey, we're not the number one team in the East. I'll tell you that. We have pieces. But again, what would the Nets want if he came to Chicago? If he came to Chicago, if I'm the Nets, you giving me Zach LaVine and somebody else. KD is the caliber of two. KD is a superb A+. There are no other A+ out there, KD caliber level. You got Steph, you got LeBron, you got Giannis. These are the people that's on KD level. So that's a 1-for-1 swap. Nobody out there is like that. So without that 1-to-1 swap, it's going to be a package deal. Zach is halfway out the door. Look, Zach LaVine. I'm just saying, if he went to the Bulls, I would make that trade in a minute. Joker, Denver ain't getting rid of Joker. I see Joker out there. Denver is not getting rid of Joker. Maybe for KD. Who knows? I don't know. At this point, though, I just had to come out with a video today because I'm shocked by this news. I cannot believe after all this Kyrie saga and all this stuff going on with the Nets, KD is just abruptly now ready to lose. And again, maybe in the coming days, we know how the NBA works. Some news is going to come out about Ben Simmons or Kyrie making his way to the Lakers. We'll hear that. But let me just say this now. I don't think Kyrie to the Lakers works. Look, I know he's an all-time great offensive talent, but you pair him with LeBron, clearly that gives LeBron some shooting, but the Lakers' problem was defense, and Kyrie is not going to give you defense, Lakers. I mean, what hole is he filling? If you get rid of Westbrook and bring Kyrie over, AD is too injury prone. We can't put any faith or hope into AD actually playing an entire season. So I don't see that happening. And LeBron, come on, I'm a LeBron fan, but this is a 37, 38-year-old LeBron. So how much more can he carry this team? And I know offensively what people are thinking with Kyrie going to the Lakers, but Irving with LBJ is a ring. I don't see it. Defensively, look, the Lakers were horrible defensively. Go back and look at the stats. Go back and look at the way teams. The Sacramento Kings was running this team last year. So defensively, where do you feel your holes? I think you're better. You're certainly better than 17 games under 500, but you're not a contender. Let's be real, guys. Come on. In the West is Golden State, and you got Phoenix that'll still be there. You got Denver that'll make some noise. Obviously, Dallas will make some noise, but I really don't see anybody. Memphis, let's not forget about Memphis if Ja Morant stays healthy. But it's going to be Golden State. And then the Clippers, come on, let's not forget the other news that came out earlier this week. You got John Wall joining the Clippers. And so now they probably will continue. You got Kawhi coming back. You got Paul George. You got John Wall, who's going to give you kind of what Lou Williams gave this Clippers team. So in the West, I think it's sold up right now. Lakers can give Brooklyn. Let's see, I'm reading my comments here. Lakers can give Brooklyn AD and Westbrook for KD and Kyrie. Now that I like. You send KD and Kyrie to the Lakers, now all bets are off. Now I see a Lakers team in contention. Really, at this point, I do think LeBron and KD some kind of way need to try to talk and try to, do something with this Golden State team, because Golden State right now, I think, if they were not going to win a ring this past year was when somebody needed to disrupt this team, disrupt their flow. But now that they, got over this hump again, surviving the Klay Thompson injury, surviving all of this stuff, surviving all of the talk that they can't do it no more. Now that they're over the hump and have got this ring, they're going to come back next season with all type of confidence, and it's going to be extremely hard to knock them off. But look, if KD and Kyrie go to the Lakers. I'm trying. How would that work? AD and Westbrook. I mean, you kind of got, two. That's 1A players, 1A players. I kind of like that. Lakers and Brooklyn. If y'all out there, make that work. I definitely like that. James White. Look, I'm telling you. Look, this Golden State team, they're going to be hard to beat. Denver will have a healthy Jamal Murray. Yeah, we're going to see. Look, Jamal Murray. I'm still waiting on the Jamal Murray of the bubble to come back. That Jamal Murray was awesome. And it just seems like we have yet to see this Jamal Murray resurface. I know he has an injury right now, so we're going to see what he looks like when he comes back. Clearly, Joker's the MVP of the league. But look, that's who is going to be at the top of the West. Obviously, it'll be Golden State. Phoenix will still be there. Denver, Dallas. But all of these moves is definitely opening it up for the NBA right now. So obviously we're going to look out and see what is going to happen with KD. Where does he go? Where does Kyrie go? Swap AD for KD. You know what? I like that too. I definitely do. Let me see. But if I'm the Nets, am I okay taking AD that I can't rely on? Am I okay making that trade? Let me see. AD for KD. Do I like AD for KD? If I'm Brooklyn, you got to give me more. If I'm Brooklyn, I need a little more because AD is injury prone. So Wall play defense. I'm just looking at some of these comments. You know what? Hopefully Wall can play some defense. I haven't seen Wall in a while. I mean, he's going to have to knock off some rust or something so I could just be reminded of what John Wall is. Okay. But that whole Clippers team, they all play some D. We know Paul George plays some D. We know Kawhi Leonard plays some D. So yeah, this Clippers team is going to be something to mess with. And look, this Clippers team was okay last year, missing everybody. They were definitely better than the Lakers last year. So we'll see. But I'm just looking now. Yeah. That AD for KD, we'll see. But look, I'm not going to keep you guys too long. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Thank you for listening to my. I just had to give my reaction. So if you're just now joining me, listen. My reaction to this KD news wanting to trade is I'm losing respect. I'm losing respect for you, KD. Look, you can't just go joining on already made teams. You can't just hop on Phoenix and hop on Miami because you're ready to throw in the towel and give it up with the Nets. Clippers small ball is going to give Warriors some issue. I can see that. Look, the Warriors, they're definitely, Cliff, I see what you're saying. Look, the Warriors are definitely getting old. We saw some vulnerability last year. And actually, if you saw any of my comments, my video, I really think if you watch the game, Boston to me actually was the better team. Now, look, I know Boston clearly did not win the series, did not win the finals, but I think Boston was the better team. Golden State had a lot of vulnerabilities. Boston just folded under the pressure. I just think too young, 24, 25-year-olds. The lights just got too bright and they ultimately folded when it came down to it. But I think that team all around was a better team than Golden State. I just think they didn't play to their ceiling. They didn't play to their capabilities. Not forget, Jason Tatum gives you a 13-point game in that last game. And yeah, lack maturity. I just think that's what it is. They had more talent. You look at Steph Curry was the best player in the finals, but then from Steph, you go to at least about 2 or 3 Celtics before you even get to the next best player. You got Steph. I would go Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, probably Marcus Smart, then go to Clay and maybe Draymond and something else like that. So I just think the lights were too bright. They folded under the pressure. Yeah, lacked maturity, lacked heart. But Golden State showed some vulnerability. So look, if yeah, they definitely who is that? What if KD goes to Boston? Steph, I'm just reading the comments. Steph, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Really? We think Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum? In terms of, in case anybody is joining, we're just talking about the NBA Finals in terms of who were the best players. Look, Steph was obviously the best player. Both teams overall, you take overall rosters, talent-wise, it's Steph. I think we all agree there. But I don't know if I'll give the edge to Jaylen Brown over Jason Tatum. Put it like this: Jason Tatum, his skill set and his ceiling, I think, is supersedes Jaylen Brown. He just, to both of them turn over the ball way too much. Just turning over the ball, not playing to his capabilities. Jaylen Brown showed up in the end. I will give you that, Cliff. Yeah, Jason Tatum's very smooth. That jump shot is smooth. Look, he can give you 40-something points. Jason Tatum, let's not remember, he was first team All NBA this year. And if you want to look at it as 5 best players, you take your 5 first team All NBA. Jason Tatum made that team this year. So I just definitely think right under Steph, he was the best player. Jaylen Brown was there, Marcus Smart. But, man, these guys just folded under the pressure, kept turning over the ball. And ultimately, Golden State prevailed. Obviously been there, done that. This was their 6th trip to the finals. They've now won 4 rings. But we saw some vulnerability. Memphis gave them a run, and that was without Ja Morant. So we're going to see if they're going to be able to run it back. They're getting older. Steph, Clay, everybody is older. So we're going to see. And so definitely this news is going to shake up everything. Tatum definitely better than Marcus Smart. Good on trash. Look, Marcus Smart, hold on now. Marcus Smart had a couple of good games, a couple of good threes, but the Boston's problem was they didn't have a true point guard. We talking about KD to Boston. Look, if KD goes to Boston, you're going to pull another Golden State trip. But look, Boston's problem was, they didn't have a real true point guard. They was turning over the ball 18, 19, and 20 times in a game. You cannot win a game turning over the ball that much. Go back and look at the tape. Every round in the playoffs, if you go back and look at it, every time Boston was up again, we looked like they was going to lose. So against Milwaukee, against Miami, every time they lost the game, 18, 19, 20 turnovers, and they continued to bring that in, brought that into the finals, and that's what happened. They needed a real true point guard to be able to distribute the ball. Marcus Smart, he does an okay job, but he's not a true point guard, and I think that's what ultimately led to their demise. Just not being able to take care of the ball. So definitely looking at your comments here. So look, if KD go to Boston, I'm done. I'm done, KD. I'm done with you, but hey, I ain't mad at it. They needed Rondo. Yeah, they needed Rondo to come back. You know what? Rondo probably could have been good for them. We know what playoff Rondo could be. Yeah, they just didn't have a point guard, didn't have anyone to that veteran presence to take over. Al Horford tried his best, but it's only so much at that center position you're going to be able to do. He tried his best, but we'll see. But look, this news is definitely shaking up the NBA. You got Kyrie. We don't know if he's going to stay. Obviously, KD wants to go. Lakers, I keep getting all these alerts. They're picking up players. There's no big names right now. So we're going to stay tuned for the next couple of days. They needed Rondo. Look. Definitely. Look. So we're going to see how this NBA is going to shape on what's going on with Bradley Beal. Look, I don't know if you heard Bradley Beal re-upped in Washington. I think $251,000, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5 years. So Bradley Beal is back in Washington. He's gonna, stay put. We thought we were gonna see him shaking my head I think like 250,000, something like that, however many years he's staying put. You got James Harden. I think he opted out of his contract, but it looks like he's staying in Philly. So we're going to see. But, look, these guys, they're friends. We don't know who's talking behind the scenes. Me and 250. Oh, did I say 250,000? Yeah, I'm sorry. 251, I guess, me. And I got to pull up my stats here. But, yeah, it's like 250 million for however many years, 4 or 5 years or something like that. My bad. I'm sorry if I said 1,000. They probably make that in a check. Sorry, that's my misquote. But, yeah, Bradley Beal is re-upping in Washington. He'll stay there for however many years. We'll see. We hope. Look, KD got 4 years left on his contract, and clearly he's leaving. So yeah, I mean, just continue to let me know what do y'all think? Is everybody good with this KD trade? Put it like this. Let me know in the comments, where would you most like to see KD go? Tell me that. I personally, since we're looking at he doesn't want to be there, Out of all the comments, everything everybody is saying, wherever KD land, the team will be guaranteed top 3 in the conference. Look, I would love to see him go to the Lakers. I'm biased because I want to see him team up with LeBron. I want to see LeBron get another ring. But where do y'all think KD is gonna go? Or where would you like to see him? I should say. Shaking my head, what's going on, man? Look, I won't be staying on here too much longer. I just wanted to share my my KD reaction, my KD news. Who's the WNBA news? Somebody asked the question. Look, WNBA, Chicago Sky. We're going to give a shout out to them before I get ready to get off. They're number one. I think by record, they're right behind Las Vegas, but Power Rankings has the Chicago Sky right now as the number one team in the WNBA. So if you hadn't noticed, if you're a Chi-Town fan, take a look at our Chi-Town girls. They're doing great. The WNBA All-Star Weekend will be here in Chicago. I think it's like July 9th and 10th that weekend. Chicago Sky obviously won the WNBA championship last year. Candace Parker has come home. So it's looking like they may have a good shot, clear shot to win again. So we could potentially run it back. So I'm just looking at my remaining comments before I get ready to get out of here. He's going to go to Miami. I guess we're talking about KD. Look, if he go to Miami, obviously Miami was a contender last year. And so they would definitely be that again. So to your point, wherever KD's goes, he's obviously going to change the landscape. So we will wait. We will wait to see. So look, thank you everybody for joining. Those were just my comments. Just had to share my thoughts and what I thought about this KD news. I'm shocked. And so just stay tuned. We'll see how this NBA news is going. You may see another video from you, may see another live talk from me, but I'm April Taylor. Look, thanks for joining. Thank you for your comments, and let's stay tuned to this NBA news. And stay tuned to sports news in general. We got the NFL still right around the corner. So again, I'm April Taylor. Thanks for listening and have a good night, you guys.